the students of the second year first semester, and the class is Law and Economics, and this is the first class which I am going to take it. My name is Professor Dr. Mohammed Saheb Hussain, and I am taking the first time the class to you. And maintain the silence, please mute it, and anyone can unmute and read what I posted on the screen. Anyone can unmute and read. Anyone?
Until recently, law confined the use of economics to antitrust law, regulated in industries, tax, and some special topics like determining monetary damages.
Yes. So now you mute. Until recently means that till now, law confined to the use of economics to antitrust laws. Only antitrust law, the economics could be used over there. But now it is regulated in the industries, and it is regulated in the tax, and some special topics like determining the monetary damages. What is meant by monetary damages here? Anyone can unmute and give the answer. What is the monetary damages? Determining the monetary damages. Anyone can unmute and give me the answer. If you don't know, say pass on. If you don't know, say pass on. Don't waste the time. Say. Say pass on, anyone. Because
Pass.
yes, very good. I play. Here, determining the monetary damages means if any accident is happened and we determine the damages, that means it will be applicable to the law of tort, it will be applicable to the Motor Vehicle Act, and the damages are predetermined also in the breach of contract, and we can add the interest also in it, and the contributory negligence comes over there, the damages will be lessened. So that is the meaning of like determining the monetary damages. Otherwise, this law is restricted only antitrust law, economics is. But now it is extended to the even tax, industries, and special topics like determining the monetary damage, like the law of tort, Motor Vehicle Acts, and where the damages will be claimed. In these areas, law needed economics to answer such questions. Why you need the economics? Because it will determine how much the monetary value is there. Monetary benefit is going to get it. Who? Victim. And that is the reason we say that economics will be needed. And what is the defendant's share of the market? If the shares are concerned, or the liabilities are concerned, and for instance, you take the contributory negligence. In contributory negligence, if you don't wear the helmet, 20%. If you don't tie the belt, 20%. That will be deducted. Means your contribution is there, and hence it will be deducted from the amount which you are going to get it. So that is the defendant's share of the market. In one way, in another way, are the cases. Will price controls on automobile insurance reduce its availability? Even automobile insurance. And in the automobile insurance is concerned, insurance will not give the total extent. No. Some parts 60%, some part 100%, some part 20%, and depending upon the nature of your insurance. Anyone can unmute and say, what are the types of the insurance? Motor vehicle insurance. Unmute and say. If you don't know, you say pass on. Participants. If you don't know, you say pass on.
Bouncer.
Yes. So here, two types of major. One is third-party insurance. Another is comprehensive insurance. A comprehensive insurance also can be said as a zero depreciation insurance. Other terminology. Zero depreciation. means total should be paid. In the comprehensive insurance, the vehicle which is insured will be get the damages for the repair, and the person who got the victim, third person, he get the damages, and the person who is in the car, he also going to get the damages. Means total everyone will come under comprehensive insurance. It is not economics. Is it not the money? Is it not the finance? It will play an important role over there. So the type of the insurance would be there, then the liability would be there, and a proportionate amount would be paid to the victim. And who really bears the burden of the capital gain tax? See, in the tax is concerned, or the insurance is concerned, who is going to get the benefit, or who will bear the everything? And how much future income did the children lose because of their mother's death? See, a breadwinner in any house is died. What about the feeding of the other people, dependents? Who will feed them? But how do you calculate them? What is the economic factor? What is the theory you will apply? Multiplication theory. That means, suppose if an accident happened on 45 years age, but generally people average age is, it depends upon the country to country. What is the average age in Tanzania for the man? Average age for man. Mute, unmute and say. Unmute and say. What is the average of a man in Tanzania? Means living age.
55.
Okay. Let us presume it is a 55. Okay, mute. Let us see it's a 55. Then the accident happened on the 45 years age. Then how many years that he will live? 10 years. In 10 years, how much is income? After the tax deduction. And how many dependents are there? And what will be the future of him? And what would be the increment? Increment, every year increment is there. Sir, in Tanzania there is no increment, sir. So that is a different issue. But every year their increment is added. And that increment will be count, and they will apply the multiplication theory. What is the income he is going to get at the time of the death? And if he survives over there till the 55, how much the basic is would be there, how much his net salary, that will be multiplied, and amount will be calculated, and that much amount will be paid. To whom? Dependents. This is one way. Another way is you have to provide a job to one of the family members who are capable of doing job, depending upon the education. This is another factor. So economics plays, calculation plays, accountancy plays, multiplication theory plays to assessment of the damages. So that is the question here. The income did the children lose because of their mother's death? Suppose the father is there or mother is a breadwinner, even mother dies, then who will take care of the children? So the calculation will be there and it will be counted. Beginning in the early 1960s, this limited interaction changed dramatically when the economic analysis of law expanded into the more traditional areas of the law, such as property. Earlier it is only antitrust law, but now it is extended because of economy, because of the money, because of the hela. Money makes many things. So they say extended this law such as property. In property disputes, in the property distribution is concerned, either you divide the property, suppose the property is not indivisible. What do? They make the cost of the property and sell the property and they divide it among the legal heirs. So it depends upon the property now extended to the property and contracts. special contracts, damages, breach of contracts, violations, or what type of the violation, and quantum of merit. Suppose 15 days only work done and 15 days or more. So 15 days only amount will be paid. The rest of the 15 days will not be paid. So mesne profits, if the contract is there, lease is given, but unduly that you possess the land and you made the agriculture and you got the crop, but illegally you possessed it to dragging the court, but you got the profit. So the profit should be returned back to the owner, who is the really possessor. Whatever the amount that you spent in the crop, we can deduct it. But whatever the profit comes over there, the profit, it's not your profit, it's the profit of the owner. That's why we say mesne profits. So such thing should be written back, and that is the rule is there. No one can enrich himself at the cost of others. I repeat, no one can enrich himself or herself at the cost of the others. So that is another point. So here they'll say it extends to contracts, it extends to torts. I told you damages, Motor Vehicle Act, torts. It also extends to criminal law. And you can ask me, sir, how can it will be extended to the criminal law? Anyone? Anyone can unmute and give me the answer? How can economic law or economics will be extended to the criminal law? If you know it, you tell me. If you don't know it, you say pass on. Unmute and say pass on. Because that is a must. Because now it's a physical class, that's why I could see you. But when you are far away, then you can unmute and give this, sir, pass on. So without wasting the time, you say pass on. Unmute and say pass on. That's why I know that you did not know it. Am I right? Say. You did not unmute it. Unmute. I could see here. Okay, speak. I could see here. No, I could not see your microphone. But anyway, that it got it. In criminal law, you can use the economics here. For instance, rape. If the rapist did it, but what will be the happen to the woman, a girl, who is the victim? Because he is become Matumba. Ilopita, he is a Bikira. You got the point. Before she is the virgin, now she became a second hand. And who is going to marry? They say a rapist should have to pay the compensation to the victim because she was stigmatized. And now she became a second hand. And nobody would get married. Another point also, rule of says, a person who did the rape, he comes forward to marry. This is another way of reformative. So there in the criminal law also, jurisprudence will be made. They will not only, he will be put behind the bar, but a victim will be compensated. That is a change of the jurisprudence, the criminal law. Compensation will be paid to the victim. So it is the criminal law also, it is emerged over there, and the procedures and constitutional law. Of course, you can ask, sir, how could the constitutional law, the economic will play an important role? Habeas corpus, it is there in the CRPC also. Let the body would be present. How can a policeman detain without the legal excuse to you for the 24 hours? He cannot. Because article clearly says, nobody will take the liberty of a person. Nobody would take the liberty of a person, and it will clearly says, I made it so that they could know it is on my class. So that is the way that you have to make it out. And the reason is, Here we can make it out. Here is constitutional law guarantees the people the constitution right. I don't know whether you studied the law of tort. In the law of tort, if you falsely detain any person, he will be compensated. Even a policeman detain you without any legal excuse, a case will be filed against the state for getting the compensation. Because your liberty is curtailed without legal due process of law. So now the compensation, economic theory, economics will come into the field of the procedures and constitutional law also. So in this way, this new use of economics in the law asks such a question as, will private ownership of the electromagnetic spectrum encourage its effective, efficient use? This is a purely the scientific way of terminology. Will private ownership of the electromagnetic spectrum encourage its efficient use? The answer is generally you can say yes. The reason is, what remedy for the breach of contract will cause efficient reliance on promises? If any person makes a breach, definitely the repercussions would be there to pay the compensation. Economic factor. You may ask, sir, by just giving the money, is it enough? Not enough, but at least it is a solace. SOLACE, solace. A type of the relief. Suppose in the car accident, if you lost your leg, if you give me at least, say about 10 millions or 20 millions, do you get your car leg back? Answer is no. But at least you can buy an artificial leg and you can run your life. And whatever the amount you will get it, you can deposit in the bank, you will get the interest and you can feed on it. It is only a solace. A type of a relief would be there. So now that they say precaution holds, promises, yes, reliance on promises. Suppose somebody is made, I want to marry you. They made the promise. But later on he broken the promise. Can she file a case? Answer is yes. Because the other chances she forego it. Because this fellow is promised to marry. At that instance, yes. Any promise breaking would be there, the compensation would be paid. And do business take too much or too little precaution when the law holds them strictly liable for the injuries to consumers? Even consumer will not keep quiet. I don't know whether do you make hair dye? Sir, my hair is not white, so I don't need it. Suppose if you have purchased the hair dye, when you are applying the hair dye, there is some precautions are there, you can check it. Of course, when you test it for keeping the skin, especially the ear back, if it is no itching, what do you say itching in Kiswahili? Kwasha. What is gyauka? Okay. So, if it is no itching, you are applied. When you applied, you developed the all scalp skin was completely came out. At that instance, you can file a case against the manufacturer who prepared such a dye. Because your scalp and here skin is burnt. So in that way that we can say that even customers, consumers, business and injuries to the consumers, if it happens over there, they don't keep quiet. Spurious liquor. Liquor. Kupika na nyumbani. The pika. Suppose if they sell it, it became a crime. Of course, people will allow it and people will drink it. That is a different issue. Spurious liquor. Even a liquor manufacturer company, if they violated any norms of it, or you can get a medical company, tablet company. If the composition is wrong, yes, people will die. So, consumers, business, and will harsher punishment deter violent crime. So if the crime is violent, harsher the punishment. So that would be the relation should be the economics plays an important role. But earlier it is only restricted to the antitrust law. But now in every walk of life, economics is there, directly or indirectly. Economics has changed the nature of legal scholarship. So now it has changed the concept of it, a legal scholarship, the common understanding of legal rules and institutions, and even the practice of law. So because of the economic factor, as a proof, consider these indicators of the impact of economics on law. So there are many indicators are there which can say it plays an important role in practicing law. By 1990, at least one economist was on the faculty of each of the top law school in the North America or in the Western Europe or joint degree programs or anywhere. Exists on many permanent universities. So naturally, economist is must. That's why the people now read law and economics to see that how the economics plays an important role in giving the judgment and how whether justice is given, justice seems to be made. So it will count over there. So in this way, an exhaustive study found that articles using the economic approach are cited in the major, and of course, not only American Law Journal or any Indian Law Journal or even Tanzanian Law Journals are also using any other approach. Many law schools courses in various other places introduce the law and economics and economic analysis of law in question. Many substantive law areas such as corporate, not corporation law, corporate law. It's a corporate law. What is meant by corporate law? Anyone can unmute and give me the answer? What is corporate law? Say unmute and give me the answer. Chuma, I can see the names here. I can call with the name also. I can call with the names also. Chuma, unmute and give me the answer. Corporate law is nothing but a business law, a company law. Are you following me? A new name is given. That's all. So, here, corporation law that we can make it out and are often taught from the law and economics perspective. In the both perspective, it will be taught over there. So, in the many countries, including India, in Tanzania, also this course is introduced, and the field received the highest level of recognition in 1991 and 1992 when consecutive Nobel Prizes in economics. Consecutive Nobel Prizes in economics were awarded to economists who helped to found the economic analysis of law, like Ronald Coase and Gary Becker. Summing this up, Professor Bruce Ackerman of Yale Law School described the economic approach to the law as the most important development in the legal scholarship of the 20th century. Now we can say 21st century. So now let us see that how the new field's impact extends beyond the universities to the practice of law and the implementation of public policy. Whenever you make a law and a public policy is concerned, see that it will not be expensive. For instance, if a new drug is developed, they will see the marketability also. If it is a high price you keep it, it is not the reach of a poor man. At that instance, they see that less economic factors, means low budget people also could afford to buy it. Otherwise, only rich people will buy it and they will survive, poor will die. So the government policies, when they are making it, say that economic factor also important factor, how much they can afford to buy. What is the cost of the Coca-Cola now bottle? 600. The cost of the Coca-Cola now in bottle. Chupa, take away 1000. But instead of this chupa and take away, they made a small bottle also. Am I right? The small body could afford the people, those who are low income area. So economic factor also plays in a marketability and in many other fields, then how it can be done and how it can be made. Several prominent law and economic scholars have become a federal judges and use economic analysis in their opinions. So when they are making the opinions, when the assessment of the damages are concerned, the economic analysis will be used over there. And Associate Judge Stephen Breyer, of course, is in one of the book they have mentioned. So many other people will use when they are giving the judgment in the courts of law, when they are assessing the damages. Economic analysis of the law would be followed over there. So now let us see why has the economic analysis of law succeeded to spectacularly, especially in the United States, anywhere, but increasingly also in the other countries. So now let us look at it. Lawmaker often ask, how will a sanction affect behavior? For example, if punitive damages are imposed upon the maker of a defective product, what will happen to the safety and price of the product in the future? How many types of damages you know it? Anyone can unmute and give me the answer? How many types of the damages? Kinds of the damages.
There is general damage, specific damage. Yeah, I know the two.
Okay, mute. Thank you very much. General damage and special damage is generally with it. No. When you see the law of tort, you can find contemptuous damages, nominal damages, damages in terrorem, or we can say punitive damages, or exemplary damages, or you can find anticipatory damages. Anticipatory damages going to be happen later. So this way I can give the example for the anticipatory damages. Future damages. Like if you lost a leg and you need the artificial leg and still you survive for the 20 years. One artificial leg, let you presume it 4,000. And you have to survive up to the 20 years. But each artificial leg will work only 5 years. Then 5 into 4, 20 means 20,000 will be added as the anticipatory damages for your damages. Means which you are going to get it later part. Or you have to incur the later part. So anticipatory damages also we can. Here they can say if your person keeps the punitive damages. Yes. When the person make the punitive damages, how far it will reduce the such activity? Answer is definitely it will reduce the such activity. Punitive damages will reduce the happening of an offense. You may ask how. Suppose if a police officer without justification he detained you, exemplary damages are awarded against the state, so that next time the police department should not come forward to do such an activity again. Exemplary damages means, for instance, damages are say about 100 say about 1 lakh Tanzanian shillings. But punitive damages comes now 1 into 10 means 1 million means 10 lakhs. So that the person should not do again such type of usinjio kidogo. Could not do such a thing again. Suppose the rape is there. In rape, if any person, I am not speaking about any, please don't take in different way. In the rape is concerned, if you keep the punishment, cut the testicles. Could any person have a dare enough to, even a dream also he could not do the rape? Are you following me? In the dream also he could not do the rape because you know the katapumbu. Two testicles are removed. Can anyone come forward? Hapana. That is a punitive damages. Deterrent damages. Deterrent punishment. If a deterrent punishment would be made, nobody would dream of doing a particular thing. In the same manner, if a deterrent punitive damages are avoided over there, next time he will not do such a thing again. That is called exemplary damages. Exemplary means multiplied, amplified. Exemplary damages or punitive damages or deterrent damages or damages are in terrorum. Terrorum. You know terror? Horror and terror movie. Did you see horror and terror movies? You don't see movies. Terror movies means horror movies, you know, ghost. Shatani. Yes. So that is the point which I want to impress upon you is economic factors are there which will play a deep role in. So people respond to these sanctions such as they respond to prices. People respond to higher prices by consuming the less of the more expensive goods. Presumably, people also respond to several legal sanctions by doing less of the sanction activity. And economics has mathematically precise theory, price theory, and game theory. And empirically sound methods, statistics, and econometrics for analyzing the effects of the implicit price that laws attached to behavior. See how the economic will play a role here. People respond to higher prices by consuming less of the more expensive goods. Suppose if a person is alcoholic, if you increase the price, but he will not stop drinking alcohol, but he will drink kidogo because his pocket will not permit it. But he will make it out. Means if you increase the price, the consumption is less. That's number one. And people respond to these sanctions as they respond to the prices. People respond to higher prices by consuming less of more expensive goods. Presumably, people also respond to more severe legal sanctions by doing less of the sanctioned activity. I told you. If you make a rape, kata imbili tosha, nobody could dare enough to even dream in the rape because the punishment is more. Life without it is a zero. Am I right? So that is the point which I want to convey to you. So if the sanction is more, there is less possibility of doing such a thing. So economics has mathematically precise theory. Economics has mathematically precise theories like price theory, game theory, and empirical sound and methods, statistics, and econometrics for analyzing the effect of the implicit prices that laws attached to the behavior. See, behavior is very important factor. So these are the things where the economics plays an important role. But still we do have some time, and that's why it's still recording. Still 50 minutes is not over. Let us go further also. If you want to ask any question, you can unmute and ask. No question, shall I proceed? Say yes.
Yes.
Good, I appreciate. A legal example, we will see it. Suppose that a manufacturer knows that his product will sometimes injure consumers. That means a manufacturer is having a knowledge that his product is going to injure a person, if not today or tomorrow. Okay? That means manufacturer having the knowledge. Is it clear? Good. How safe will he make the product? How he is safe he will make the product? Because sometimes, you cannot make the product 100%. No. At least 90%, 95%, or 98%. Sir, if the product is 98%, but 2% harm it will give to the man's body. But man's body having the resistance power. Man body is having the resistance power to attack. So if the immunity, that is called immunity. And whose immunity is less, and he will become a victim of a disease. Like COVID. It is nothing but deficiency of the immunity. And many of the people, with the fear they died. Are you following me? Say yes. Good. Unmute and say yes. Otherwise I could not hear. I appreciate. So now, how safe will he make the product? He can make the product to the extent of at least 90, 95, 98, but he cannot make it 100%. For a profit maximizing firm, the answer depends upon three costs. Suppose if a company wants to minimize the side effect, means the cost will be increased. So now let us see that. For a profit maximizing firm, the answer depends upon three costs. What are they? Number one, first, the cost of making the product safer. What is the cost we are going to incur to make the product safer? Number one, which depends on its design and manufacturer. It depends upon what? Design and manufacturer. Second, the manufacturer's legal liability for injuries to consumers. The second point is how far the manufacturer legal liability for injuries to the consumers if they consume such a product. The profit maximizing firm will adjust safety until the cost of additional safety equals the benefit from the reduced liability and the higher consumer demand for the good. And here they say they will take the extent to see if the maximum consuming product is there, they try to make more safe. Because product will be sold even though less profit doesn't matter. But product will be sold only once in a week with a great profit. No, that is not the business idea. A businessman always see, though the product is
Watoto
Sikiliza mimi darasa, asante sana na shukuru sana, Mungu akubariki na kukulinda.